Thanksgiving, we call it the big show. It's all about not only the turkey, but the sides. My favorite side is White Castle stuffing. You want to be the king of your turkey day, you make the greatest dish, and that is White Castle stuffing. Now, I have a little bit of a different take on how to make White Castle stuffing. I have like a little bit of a different ingredients. The website version that they have, I'm not saying it's terrible, but I'm saying that we've kind of created a little bit more of a variety that gives it a little bit more of a flavor to it. I love Thanksgiving. I love the fact that we get together with the family, we all have good conversation, we drink good wine, but most importantly, we eat good food. And that's why this dish is so important, because after a few cocktails or a couple glasses of wine, you get a little bit of hungry, and what's better than a little bit of castles for you? So, first thing that we do is we get all of our ingredients laid out, we have it all out here, and we start by melting a half a stick of butter on the pan here. We preheat the oven to 350 degrees, but I like to put a whole onion and a half a head of celery, and you want to cook that up on a skillet until it gets a nice brown color to it. I like to be prepared when I cook, so I lay out all the ingredients. So this is the little White Castle's graveyard over here. What I do is I take 28 sliders. We call them sliders. I think we all know why we call them sliders. And it's no pickle, no cheese. Make sure it's no pickle, no cheese. The pickle will ruin the dish. And you want to chop it up finely. I kind of just use my hands, wash them really good before and after. And we put them in a little bit of a bowl. I take a whole pound of vella mushrooms. I have a bunch of sage. I have paprika, nutmeg, and salt and pepper. And then I have a cup of chicken stock, which I drizzle over the top, which we'll see. Now once those get kind of going like they have been, then I put the pound of mushrooms on the top of it, and I mix those up too. Now we're gonna want to let these kind of sit and simmer for a good 3 to 5 minutes. All right, so once this has that color, and the patience here is everything. You wanna make sure this has a nice color to it. We're gonna add the sage. It's gotta be fresh sage. Paprika, nutmeg, and even though there's not enough salt in White Castle's burgers, we're gonna add some salt and pepper. What you wanna do is get this really, so you can really smell the different flavors. And once you can really smell it and it's all tied in, that's when you take it off. Once the smells are very kind of noticeable, you take that off. This is a simple step. You literally just take it right out of the skillet and you dump it right inside the bowl. And then you just want to mix this up. I usually chop it just like this. Mix, mix. It's all about mixing this together. You know, it makes sense because most stuffing is just sausage and some sort of bread, right? So White Castle's acts as the perfect type of stuffing because it's that same type of fatty sausage that you need that really gives it that flavor, and there's nothing like a White Castle's bun. White Castle's bun makes you kind of want to put your head on it, lay down and take a nap. There's nothing better than a good soft bun like that. And you really want to make sure that you mix this up good because that makes all the difference on how all the flavors come together. If you just pour it on top and don't take the time to mix it, it doesn't have the same flavor profile. You're gonna pour it right into a casserole dish. Any casserole dish will be fine. Make sure you spread it out evenly. And what we do is we pour a little bit of chicken stock. It's 1 cup of chicken stock goes right over the top of this. And this is gonna help keep it moist because there's all that bread in there. And the problem is if you don't pour a little bit of that chicken stock in there, we found in the past by not doing that it gets a little bit of kind of gets dry because those buns can kind of not cook well if there's not enough liquid in there. So when you drizzle that little chicken stock over the top of it, when this cooks, it helps keep it nice and moist. Make sure it gets nice and clean. So it's a pretty easy recipe. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to impress the family, come with a great side dish, put it all together, and the last thing, because you can't take cheeseburgers and cut them up like this. It just ruins it. I've tried it before, trust me, you would think it would work, it doesn't. But cheese always makes everything taste better. So, before we put it in the oven, we take hefty few handfuls of cheese and we spread it over the top of it. This way, when you take it out of the oven, it's got that nice ooey gooey kind of profile to it that everybody loves. I don't know anybody who doesn't like a little cheese. Spread it out, make sure it's all even across the top. You put this in the oven at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes until it's kind of got a nice kind of color on the top of it, and you serve it immediately. So if you have to bring one side to Thanksgiving and you want to look like the king, bring White Castle stuffing. It's simple, it's easy, and of course, it's delicious. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the bell, subscribe to our page. Stay tuned for our latest updates.